Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, we'll be discussing certain details about IFRS, what IFRS means, and what is the objective of this IFRS into this chapter. Let's understand each and every detail about IFRS in detail. So when we speak about IFRS, we'll be first deciding what IFRS means. I've mentioned down certain points for you. Let's go through those points and see whether that is specializing or that is defining what IFRS means. Indian Financial Reporting System, IFRS. That's the full form of IFRS. Now, when we know that Indian Financial Reporting System is the full form of it, that means we ideally know what we are discussing about. This is all about how the reporting should be done of the financial statements. The financial statements that we are talking about, that we are preparing about since so long time in accountancy, how these are supposed to be prepared and how they are supposed to be presented. If you have learned or if you have analyzed that every report we have been preparing or every financial statement that has been prepared is as per a specific format. That means trading account has a specific format, profit and loss account has a specific format, balance sheet has a specific format, preparation of journal entries, ledger, trial balance has a specific format that has to be followed while the entries are supposed to be recorded. So when we talk about these details, we basically talk about how these reports have been set in a predetermined manner. Now, who sets this report is IFRS. IFRS is the person who sets up or is the body who further sets up these specific reports, and the reports of every organization should be presented in that specific manner itself. Now, why? Why do organizations have to follow these kind of reports or these kind of formats for presenting any kind of reports that they want to perform or present? Now, every organization can go through different kind of reports, can have different objectives or can have different presentation system. This will cause a different pattern or probably a pattern which cannot be recognized by every now and then and by every person who goes ahead and understands, because company A will be showing the reports in a different manner, company B will be showing the reports in different manner, and hence comparing these two reports will be really difficult and completely impossible for any layman person. Hence they have a standardized set of reports, they have a standardized set of formats, and that report and format has to be formatted or probably tallied with every organization. In case if they are not followed, that means IFRS accounting standards are not followed at all. That's the reason there is IFRS, a body which has been authorized to prepare or to probably give out the formatting statements in which the way it should be. Let's further understand how these details are supposed to be planned. Let's go ahead with the first line of IFRS. It sets out common rules for grading reports or probably the reports which are supposed to be graded or supposed to be presented. It sets out common rules for every organization. So every organization that is currently functional across the globe, across the world, has to follow these specific format itself. So if you see any company in India and if you see the reports, that should tally with any company across the globe. It is not necessary that is it is related to a specific country, it is related to all the companies across the globe. Hence it sets out common rules. Let's go through the next point that has been mentioned down here. Now, the next objective or the next reason why this is set is so that the statements that are being presented can be comparable, can be transparent, and can be accurate as per the reports they are supposed to be. So, when we talk about statements, they have to be uniform. It cannot be the case that one country shows one kind of reports or one formatting of reports and the other country shows it in different format. That's the reason when we talk about setting up common rules for every other country around the globe, it has to follow these specific standards itself. Now, let's go ahead and understand other details of IFRS in the next sheet. Now, who is the authorizing authority or who is the authorizing board who gives out permission to IFRS, because of whom IFRS has been set in the first place? We'll note down details about this. It is IASB, International Accounting Standards Board. That means this specific authority has given the rights to IFRS to perform the activity they are performing right now. Let's note down the line that has been mentioned down here. So if you can see, IFRS has been issued by International Accounting Standard Boards. That means IASB has given the authority to prepare IFRS, and the statements that are supposed to be, or the common set or the common rules that are supposed to be preferred by IFRS has to be done as per the accounting authorities of IASB. So IASB is the regulating body of IFRS, and according to their guidelines itself, IFRS has been formed under their supervision, and hence IFRS is a part of IASB. Let's understand few more details on IFRS and IASB. They describe how IASB has defined certain rules, certain ground grades, or probably the ratings that are supposed to be given, or the format that is supposed to be given for IFRS. So when we talk about IASB, they've given certain objectives, certain rules, while framing any kind of reports. So if a report is supposed to be preferred or to be given out in this specific format, it has to be followed in that format itself. It cannot be deviated from that specific report or that specific formatting. You need to be very sure when you're giving out reports as per IFRS or IASB, because they have given predetermined examples of these reports. Let's understand the new line or the next line that has been mentioned down here in the sheet. They contribute to the investor's opportunity while investors are looking out for further investment details when it comes to reporting statements. So when it comes to reporting statements and you have to describe more about any kind of reports, that means these reports that are being prepared should be in a specific format. When we talk about uniformity of reports around the globe, that's when investor or the global investor market will be able to understand how every company is performing as per these reports, because every company across the world will have to follow certain rules, and these reports are being shared. So it becomes very easy for the global market investors to go ahead and invest into different kind of companies across the globe. Now let's understand the objective why IFRS has been prepared, and that's the last part of IFRS brief about in this chapter. Let's go ahead and understand that part in the next sheet. So the first objective of IFRS is to ensure that there are high quality, understandable and comparable reports being displayed every year or every now and then when it comes to different kind of companies. So you might have numerous companies across the globe. All these companies are being showing or probably presenting reports, and these reports has to be IFRS or as per the prescribed format of IFRS. The reason being they should be of high quality, they should be understandable, and they should be comparable. These three things are supposed to be a part of any kind of report. Let's figure out which is the next objective of IFRS mentioned down here. Now the next investment, or probably when we talk about the next objective, it should be comparable and it should be transparent. The reason being it should be comparable and transparent is so that we are dealing with these reports across the globe. There are global market investors who come in or come out, or probably every now and then deal with different kind of companies, different kind of investments that they have to make in. So when we talk about economic market across the globe, we need to deal with these kinds of reports, and these kind of reports, if they are similar in formatting, that's when every investor across the globe will be able to understand how reports have been formatted, how the profits are, and how unanimous reports can be a great boon for these people when it comes to analyzing or understanding these reports. So these are the two important objectives when we talk about IFRS. That's what you need to understand when it come out IFRS, the regulating authority, that is IASB, the reason, the quality that they maintain, the specific formats being mentioned or probably predetermined for all these reports, and the objectives. So this is when you have to talk about brief about IFRS. That's it for this day, and thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and keep subscribing to Ekeeda.